Minority leader Honorable Afenyo Markin ono na ye minority leader edema NPP amanyekuo no se wokọ mrahye bedwafi ameche parliament wokọ ho a ono na ye panipa da NPP amanyekuo no ano na ye fra omo minority leader omo na ye domkuma e wo mrahye bedwafi ene okasa de kire Yewura Sam George eye communication minister efa enura de beto odwa se TV stations and radio stations be 62 there and we're closing it down. Ama Chema Wontumi on also stations be womu. And no and now Honorable Afenyo Markin said there be too many SC Chema Wontumi so dodo. Ain't in our Bakasa Eddie Yewura Sam George communication minister. Na emunchemu ene kafaba media yakofa de ebesumu. Ti ebesamu na ma subscribe page no. I like video sa share comment say ama yesene the update bi aba. Mo nsa betumi akabi. Communication minister Honorable Sam George and na da mrahye bedwafie and na wodi TV and radio stations ahodo be 62 etuja so omo nkrata wu omo renew enti na omo close na down na no mko enya ne tie sa na mo otu ye no kwa na Ghana mampani onim ho hwe ono akasa na de ne pe akwakwa close TV stations be down one NCA National Communications Authority omo su di brand se omo na ma permission asa no atimi abie radio and as TV stations e wo Ghana ha without their consent untimi emie se ukobie na NCA fo so mu a omo be close station down enti NCA fo mu di bla na enye di bla keto a wo Ghana adum say obenya TV stations ana obenya radio stations a ye wampani fo omo na ededa anu a wose ukohu omo ema omo ma wo papers ema go ahead asana wankasa watimi abie TV and radio stations ana na NCA di ababonte say stations ni bi wo ho no ma omo renew omo papers what's omo ye renewal na so omo hwe ni musa omo mama omo mre omo mama di hu dwuma omo tu hu anamo enu nti Yewura Sam George communication minister ofato no ho so ama station 62 ama Chema Wontumi stations wuwo Wontumi ne sa asase na de gina so kwa kankan asase ne Wontumi na abeka ho no eno na ahye MPP fo amene omo ekasa de kire Yewura Sam George say anamoto bi wo ho a otu aya wonhwe ni yie na kama yese watu na ni de si MPP fo so enkankan eni Chema Wontumi NDC fo ba ye ono nene omo etoto no omo horo no wo apaso ene na omo tu omo ni de si ni sama de obeye bia no omo nya ho ensem eka na moma yenkwotie Yewura Sam George ebra no odi stations a wa closing down no etutu dwa yenkwotie ne ensem no bi mra.
Mr. Speaker, let me just for the records name the stations that have been affected. Table 1, FM stations that have been issued expiry of authorization letters for failure to apply for renewal. Number 1, Life World Broadcast Limited, operating in Afenyo on 94.3 FM. 2, Akwini Communication Limited, operating in Pando on 96.7 FM. 3, Victory FM in Aflao, operating on 96.1 FM. 4, Oracle Multimedia, operating in Nadoli on 88.5 FM. 5, Jewel Group Limited in Duariao, Kwanta, operating on 102.7. 6, Bolton Portfolio Limited, operating in Nkoko on 96.9 FM. 7, the Ghana Institute of Journalism, operating in Accra on 97.7 FM. 8, Obrempong FM, operating in Agona Swedru on 91.7 FM. 9, KD Community Multimedia, operating in Kede on 92.5 FM. 10, Skoja Limited, operating in Joje on 94.5 FM. 11, Press Express Limited, also known as Daily Guide, operating in Accra on 91.5 FM. Obra FM Limited, operating in Takrady on 89.3 FM. Unity Broadcasting Limited, operating in Impoho, 88.7 FM. Jimas FM Limited, operating in Yeji, 102.3 FM. Kantanka Media Limited, operating in Cape Coast, 92.1 FM. Bewa Radio, operating in Yendi, 106.5 FM. Unique Gateway Communication Limited, operating in Nkoko, 105.7 FM. Ken International Company Limited, operating in Achim Swedru 89.1 FM. Dreams Ghana Media, operating in New Abrim 104.9 FM. Velvet Beam Foundation, operating in Asankrigwa 92.9 FM. Magic Group Company, operating in Salaga 101.9 FM. Don Plus Multimedia, operating in Ho 105.9 FM. Testlight Company Limited, operating in Wa 96.7 FM. Global Media, Tepa 97.3 FM. IMAX Media, Tamale 104.3 FM. Limanya Radio, Wa 95.7 FM. Pandai Star Radio, operating in Pandai 107.3 FM. Ebiamo FM, operating in Jomoro on 100.5 FM. They've all been shut down. Table 2, FM stations that were issued revocation notices. Act Forum Ghana Limited, operating in Akpafumimpiasem 88.1 FM. Chinias Empire Limited, operating in Tumu 96.3 FM. Confidence Commodities, operating in Swaman DSO 90.7. F5 Eagles Company, operating in Ajuafua 93.7. Neat FM Limited, operating in Tamale 105.3 FM. Primary Stars Limited, operating in Banda 102.5 FM. Subampa Community Radio in Barakesi 96.7 FM. Wasaman FM in Atieku on 101.9 FM. Mr. Speaker, number 9, Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited. Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, operating in Takrady on 101.3 FM. Number 10, Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, operating in Accra on 95.9 FM. Jimbali Community Association in Jimbali 95.9. Kingdom Dynamic Kukrantumi 93.3. Pro Royal Investment in Tepa 94.7. And Resurrection Television in Takrady 99.3. Table 3, Siadarak Enterprise in Edukrom 95.5. Bangu Company Tamale 97.3. Jam Multimedia in Kintampo 101.3. Chameleon Communication in Wa 91.1. Chaka Multimedia in Jasikan 88.7. Clickshot Multimedia in Shama 89.9. Free Minds in Tema 104.5. Gemsak Media Network in Nswatre 103.3. Mediacast Limited in Kumasi 102.5. Mobile Zone in Bolgatanga 94.3. Ultimate Multimedia in Tamale on 107.1. West FM in Ho on 97.5. Western Salam Company Limited in Takrady 89.7. And Mr. Speaker, the final table, 7 stations. Asasi Broadcasting Company Limited in Accra on 99.5 FM. Dynamic Chapters Limited in Wenchi on 95.7. Global Media Alliance in Accra on 98.9. God Steve Media Association in Atimpoku on 87.7. Rejoice FM in Mim on 101.7. Sankofa in Takrady on 98.7. And Sweet FM in Chifopraso on 106.5. Mr. Speaker, our goal is not punishment, but accountability, order, and the responsible stewardship of a public critical resource. This is not routine housekeeping. This is a declaration against impunity, abuse, and inertia. The airwaves do not belong to the powerful and connected. They belong to the public, and we are duty-bound to govern them transparently and effectively. Our fight is not against free speech. It is against lawlessness, asset misappropriation, and regulatory defiance. I remain committed to reclaiming what rightfully belongs to the Ghanaian people and laying the foundations for a fair, modern, and technologically equipped broadcasting sector. Once again, Mr. Speaker, due to the clemency His Excellency the President has asked for, there is 30 days from today for all defaulting media houses to rectify their default and breaches. And Mr. Speaker, the ministry has shown that we are willing to reinstate. Earlier this year, we shut down 6 media houses who have all rectified their breaches and they have been reinstated. We urge the defaulting media houses to take advantage of the President's clemency for 30 days. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Sam George, your communication minister. Also, I know there. I'm not going to say yeah, Juma. What be a TV station? What be a radio station? I was out the home share so. Who be a no bride the mouth no? As soon up and I was so very renew. Ya mama da. And that's a more family. Now so my money, my tree money, sir. Move see her. Anything I was saying to 1 among nearby close stations na down. Also, a mummer and ran as soon. NCM penny phones so air can't want them. Almost a man on the man was some bit my renewal. I was some back 90 days and the dear renewer. Matana wa chimania ma 90 days na so. Eso ya ho she. So I was see a dim raso and man ya dear juma. It was see a closing it down. Send a beya or betting me more many a bunch of share no matima be renew. Ain't some motors on my close TV stations, radio stations are no crack. And she share no moody so, and she share emra and no modi juma. Ain't you amu closina, emra and no modi juma, to be to me and come home. Na Afenyo Markin, minority leader, Dom Kuma Penny Edema NPP Amanyuku Elma Shebejofie no so HS Derby. Adiana moyeno, kamya yesa mubaye mudi mani asi chema Wontumi so. Wono na mote na brabo.
I am saying that the respected honorable minister must not change his principles by virtue of his new position of honor. He fundamentally agrees that we must uphold the Constitution. And at the risk of being repetitive, the provisions in Article 162, as relied on supra, require of us not to impose any impediment. So if the regulation would impede press freedom, our duty as a house, as Honorable Sam George invited us to do, is to uphold the Constitution. It's our duty bona fide. So, Mr. Speaker, let's not justify in any way this attitude of shut down. If yesterday we were allowed on the rooftops that it is not good to suspend or shut down, then today let us maintain the same principle and say that we would rather have an administrative engagement. Why should Asase Radio be denied the opportunity to broadcast? Why? Why will Wontumi be denied opportunity? Why is Wontumi suffering? Why is Wontumi suffering? Why is Wontumi suffering? What has Wontumi done? What at all has Wontumi done? Mr. Speaker, if we say we want to perfect our democracy, then we must be seen to be walking that talk towards perfecting our democracy. This business of it happened yesterday, so we must continue this vicious cycle. Mr. Speaker, it won't help any of us. Today, I will repeat what I've been saying since 7 January 2025, that this power of 187 is not permanent. We have seen 169 before, and we saw 137. So let us all be guided and know that the power immediately you are given is like an ice block. It begins to melt. We should be guided so that when the power comes to us, we will remember to put in certain blocks that one day we will use it for equity in times of need. But if you have a member for Kwesi Mintim who now says in his submission that he is applauding the harsh measures, the punitive actions of a regulatory authority, which is contrary to Constitution. If a lawyer from Kwesimintim and a member of this house argues that he finds no problem with an administrative authority vested with regulatory powers exceeding its mandate, Mr. Speaker, as for Hansard,
Honorable Minority
it would
Leader.
always be a great
Honorable Minority
witness.
Leader.
So, Mr. Speaker,
Please operate within Order 91.4.
very well.
So,
Mr. Speaker, all that we are saying today will be referred to tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, so I would want to encourage Honorable Sector Minister to rather deepen the engagement process as directed by the President. Some of these belated actions for the purpose of optics will not help the cause of democracy. Stay away from the punitive actions. Stay away from this excuse of you need to enforce a regulation, especially when in enforcing the regulation, you may be slipping out of the confines of the Constitution. We as the minority here will always move with full force to support all those who will be at the receiving end of any form of injustice. Mr. Speaker, without more, I shall resume my seat and listen to the majority leader to have his take on this matter. Thank you so much.
Every national security force na ekwa yoko force na the NCA mo na nemo samo horo no ase chama Wontumi ne matumani ase ne sododo eti mo kan ho se sane bodu ya anka na ntwe to ankwesi awieye no na wo konfo kofa kita ya wo sola hikenkinkenkin no wo so anka won samo ncheda na wo aban mu na wo di sa nyamra asemre cheche ma Wontumi a wo so kan ho se ebeta da bi no NDC mo so mo be ko opposition yansu ya beba power enti yansu ya ba power hwanom NPP fonse ya be chemo crash powers Honorable Afenyo Markin ene wono so ni bu afuye pa ka teye Rasam George communication minister say omunyai de se omoye no chema Wontumi wa bra omonsa munyai no mo to asase mu mo to Wontumi TV si mo ade ede enti na chema Wontumi nko ano NDC for mo baaye mo ma wonya na sundue na amoye ni sei ochina amoye ni sei asi ye Rasam George wa ya ma ho ada ho ewe de ho ada ho papa ho ada wa hu se chema Wontumi ne ho ana ye mohi enti na ndemo baaye ono na matumani ade asi no so no aha eye Kafaba Media ye besam na ma subscribe page no like e videos na ma share comment amaye send updates bi aba mo nsabetumi akabi bi de ne de da chehima etwa kwasema makram